we go. So we're looking at the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 31. A couple of verses here. I want to read them to you. It begins in verse 10. It says, "Then they put his armor in the temple of the Ashereths, and they fastened his body to the wall of Bethshan. Now, when the inhabitants of Jabesh Gilead heard what the Philistines had done to Saul, all the valiant men arose and traveled all night, and they took the body of Saul and the bodies of his sons from the wall of Bethshan, and they came to Jabesh and buried them there." So, as we're looking in today, and we're seeing about wall, this is where a wall isn't necessarily a good thing. Sometimes walls can bring humiliation. Sometimes walls can bring disgrace. You ever been in a bathroom, a public bathroom, or even a high school bathroom, and there's no telling what you might find on them? If you remember, there was a popular song back in the 80s, 8675309, Jenny's number. How many people called that number hoping to get a hold of Jenny? But the song was written literally because the guy went in the bathroom and saw the number on the wall for a good time call. That was a way to humiliate. And that's really, if you think about it in this passage, what's being done here. This is the ultimate humiliation. Saul and his sons, after death, they should have been buried, and instead their bodies are stripped, their heads are cut off, and they're hung on the wall, a very high wall. Many would have been able to see this. It's the ultimate humiliation. They showed that they were the ones that defeated the king of Israel. And it wasn't just enough to say, we beat him, but this is how we're going to humiliate him, by putting his body against the wall. You know, sometimes people want to try to humiliate us. They want to try to take us when we're already knocked down, and they want to just really rub it in. It's like I said, it's like when someone writes something about you on the wall. It can be humiliating. People graffiti things. We've also seen people that have climbed water towers to proclaim their love. Sometimes that doesn't always go for the one that's supposed to be the recipient of it. But what we see here is that many times people want to humiliate us. It's not enough just to knock us down, but they really want to make us feel the lowest of low. Here's the thing though, if you saw in the next verse, the valiant men, they said, traveled all night, took the body and buried it. See, here's the thing, even when God's peoples, their king was killed, his sons were killed, there still rose up valiant men. Even when King Saul was gone, David arose. Even when the army had been beaten, valiant men arose. See, the thing about it is, when people want to humiliate us, when people want to knock us down, rub us, our face in the ground, they want to put dirt in our eye, understand that we still serve a big God, and he's always going to rise up people, valiant people, to stand for him and to stand for us. You know what? Maybe God's calling you to be one of those valiant people, to stand up for the little guy, to stand up for injustice, and to call sin, sin. After all, we're all to go out and proclaim the Great Commission. So there you go. If your name's been written on the bathroom wall, remember, they might write a song about you someday. That is Against the Wall. I hope you enjoyed this, and until next time,